So welcome back to the Rugby Asia channel. I'm here with Duke, who was the boss man for the Irish Vikings here at the 2014 GFI Hong Kong Tens. Duke, welcome to the show, mate.
Thank you very much, Sammy.
Can you tell us a little bit about the history of the team?
The Vikings started about 2001 when myself and a guy from Belfast called Michael McLean, we started putting together a team to come here with some good players and to compete in the Hong Kong Tens back then, and we've been coming here every year since 2001. Unfortunately, Raker passed away a couple of years ago, so we're trying to keep on his fine Irish traditions and bring a few players over from the UK and from elsewhere around the world and have a really good week of fun rugby touring as it should be done.
All right, so you guys have been coming for a number of years. What are some of the changes have you seen throughout the years?
I think overall the competition's got a lot better in depth. I think 14 years ago you still had some fantastic teams coming here winning the competition. Auckland Metro, Devata Levu from Fiji, the Aliens from Tokyo, which is a bunch of Kiwi guys who were playing in Japan. They were all really very good teams, but now there is no real bottom end to the competition. Everyone's pretty good, everyone's pretty competitive.
Now let's talk a little bit about your team. How did you guys do on day 1 and 2?
Yeah, we got held up in Wanchai Monday night. It was a bit of a late finish with jet lag and things, so it made our preparation.
Jet lag?
Yeah, jet lag. It made our preparation somewhat disjointed on Tuesday afternoon, but I was still pretty confident going into the competition that the players that we had on paper, you know, were going to compete in the upper echelons of the Hong Kong Tens this year, but obviously we were sadly mistaken.
Okay, so we're here with the legend, Mark Meenan. Welcome to the show.
Cheers, buddy. Thanks for having me.
You've got a bit of a rugby background, right? Tell us a little bit about that, mate.
I used to. Whenever I was young, I was fortunate enough to play for some very good teams back in the UK. I went to Oakham School, then I was a Leicester Tigers scholar. I was privileged enough to play for Leicester for a few years, and then moved on, and then went down to ended up playing at Ebbw Vale, at London Welsh, and at Henley. And then I moved across here to Hong Kong 5 years ago.
You're Irish, right?
Yeah, all my family is Irish. I was born in England, but I grew up in Belfast.
Okay. Can you tell us how you ended up playing sevens for England?
Yeah, well, I was at Leicester at the time, and then an opportunity came along to play sevens, and Ireland didn't have a sevens team, and I was privileged enough to be able to get picked for England for the IRB seven stuff.
All right. How was that?
It was incredible, to be honest. I got to meet friends from all around the world. I got to play in some incredible tournaments, and you get to meet legends of the game and play against legends of the game.
Mate, tell us about this Vikings team, bro.
Great bunch of boys. Basically, everyone's played at a high level, and now it's we're all in the twilight phase, shall we say, where we don't like training. We don't like training. We don't like training, but we like having a run around every now and again.
Tell me about the makeup of your team with some of the athletes behind me here.
You go for eyeshadow.
Well, these four boys, this is Sausage.
Sausage?
He's called Sausage, and he's the reason why he's standing in a pair of shorts in the ice bin.
Okay.
This is Gero. Sausage's place for Manawatu. Yeah? In New Zealand?
Yeah.
Manawatu. There you go.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Gero's former Leicester Tigers. He's now kind of bumming around playing for Moseley Oaks. And we've got Liam, who's played England counties in his time. He's obviously well known for his moustache, and for someone who's almost 45 years old, he still goes pretty well.
Yeah, good,
and of course we've got Tim Foster, our injury-prone centre, who's who's also goes pretty well for his age as well. So it's good stuff. Tim used to play for Wasps, and also this year we've got Elvis who's played UK rugby. Elvis, unpronounceable surname, which I'm sure you know.
I don't know.
Yeah, don't worry about him. He's not important.
We've got Jeremy Mad Dog Manning, who won the Heineken Cup with Munster and played Newcastle Falcons, and we've got Ollie Marchant, who played for England Sevens last year.
Who's this character who he's Irish, but he played sevens for England?
Yeah.
What's the story behind that?
So obviously, Mark Meenan came over, and we thought, well, we're okay for prop forwards, mate. And he said, no, I'm a 10. So we took him under our wing, and we gave him a good initiation on Monday night. He was
Buffalo on a family bucket.
Yeah, he was getting mopping things up for a while, but Yeah, he's played pretty well for us, three pieces. He's come in and he's part of the squad, and I think if three pieces are around next year, he's quite welcome to come along and be Waterboy again.
Okay, any last words you want to say to the rugby crowd out there?
Just that the Hong Kong Tens is a fantastic competition. There's some great standard of rugby, there's some great quality rugby, and none of it's played by the Irish Vikings.
Mate, can you talk us through that last dive the last tackle?
I saw a sniper in the middle of Happy Valley.
We know each other, so we like to get together on a Monday night and really.
You saw it right here, big buffalo from the big boss man. Put it down, mate.
I hope you've got a timer on that.
Don't go right.
Oh, he's having a rest on the 22, people.
Like I was yesterday, actually.
Another word, the upper what?
Echelons, the cup competition.
Oh, cool. And that's 5 points. Good on you.